A white van is said to have mounted a sidewalk and struck several people in the city's Las Ramblas district. Several said to be injured. Not clear yet to what extent those injuries are. We can now cross live to our correspondent Sarah Morris. Sarah, you're over in Madrid, but what more can you tell us of this incident in Barcelona?
I can tell you that, as you said, the local Catalan media are talking about a person who is armed and in a Turkish restaurant on the top end of Las Ramblas. And what the police have been able to confirm so far is that a man in a van, a white van, mowed people down by mounting the pavement on the busy street in the centre of La Rambla, and then proceeded to run off. The motives of this incident aren't known. And we do know that the police are taking it very seriously, and they are evacuating restaurants and shops in the area, and they are telling people that they should stay out of the centre as much as possible. The media, of course, are showing images that are very disturbing indeed of the van itself, and people are lying on the ground. We don't know how many people have been injured, and we don't know whether there are any fatalities at the moment.
No, indeed. We're just, as you can see in the pictures, the area completely cordoned off. Police also ordering local shops to shut their doors, metro and train stations to close, really asking as many people as possible to stay away now from that area, where, as you say, Sarah, is still an ongoing situation with that gunman reported in a restaurant in Las Ramblas. But give us an idea, Sarah, for people who don't know Barcelona. This really is the tourist nucleus of the city, is it not? It's, you know, the French equivalent of the Champs-Élysées. It's a very busy street, largely pedestrian in the centre, with, you know, but cars can go down either side.
It is. It's a very pedestrian centre, and it sells all sorts of paraphernalia, tourist items. It's the area where people congregate to have tapas, to have some beer. At this time of the year, it's ram-packed with tourists from all over the world. The people of Barcelona have been complaining about that recently, about the crowds. And so we know that at this point in the day, that will have been very, very busy indeed. And a lot of that area is pedestrianised. The streets that fan off around the outside of that Rambla onto the square, Plaza Catalunya, onto different streets, they're all popular meeting points for friends and family, and very, very busy indeed. A very eclectic mixture of restaurants and shops that are down there. So the priority of the police to get people as safe as possible, if this is some kind of turns out to be an attack similar to the ones that we've seen in other European cities, is uttermost for the police. At this moment, of course, it's very early, and we just don't know exactly what has happened there.
Indeed. And, you know, we've seen over the last couple of months and years a number of attacks of this sort across Europe. Indeed, you know, I believe 100 people killed since July 2016 in similar incidences with vehicles ramming people. Barcelona or Spain hadn't seen that, over the last years. Of course, the last major attack in Spain was in Madrid back in 2004. That, if I understand correctly, that was a terrorist attack, even though it came just ahead of general elections at the time.
That's right. At the time, Spain was involved in the Iraq War, had soldiers that were peacekeeping soldiers there, and wasn't as involved as the UK and the States. But that seemed to be a reason for Al Qaeda to be targeting in Spain constantly. And that attack was really devastating. Simultaneous bombs went off in a selection of commuter trains coming into the capital of Madrid and the station Atocha. And it was really devastating. And that left people with a real fear of this kind of terrorist attack, even though this is a country where the police are very, very aware of terrorism prevention because of the 40, 50 years that they've had dealing with the Basque separatist group ETA. which is at one point in its history had killed about 900 people. And many people had feared, really, that Spain, because of the emblematic tourist cities that it has, because of its Western lifestyle, people hanging out, drinking alcohol, eating tapas, that this could become the target for some kind of extremists.
Well, Sarah, it definitely so far looks like a mirror of the attack we saw sadly in Paris.